Yo, what's up guys, Surgical Golden here, welcome to this new episode. In today's video, we're gonna be watching the grand final of the first Serial monthly final this year. It's IAN77 against Sub, Brazilian player. Honestly, not many people expected Sub to make it. As you guys can see here, they're about to play the grand final, which is gonna be a best of 5 dual format, so it's crazy. Will IAN77 be able to win the golden ticket, or is Sub gonna surprise the entire world? I guess we will find out soon in game number 1. Okay guys, hopping into game number 1, IAN77 at the top of your screen, and by the way, he's just chilling in his bed. You guys can also see the player cams on the left of your screen, against Sub on the bottom of the screen, using Hawk Rider IAN77, using Bomb Tower Evil Zap with Miner. Okay, so Sub's decided to go with a quick cycle Hawk Rider deck, while IAN77 seems to be running, I would say, Balloon, if I would have to take a guess, and right as I say so, he already goes with the balloon at the bridge. Is he gonna have arrows as well? Looks like he does have arrows, so this actually looks like a really good matchup for Ian. And by the way, just to give you guys some context, who made it, what did they do to make it here? There was a 12-man bracket with players like Mohamed Light, Adriel, Vitor75, many other pro players who actually ended up competing against each other, and these are the last 2 players standing, playing, competing to try and see who is gonna win the golden ticket. And basically what the golden ticket does is guarantees you a spot in the world final. So for example, if IAN77 beats Sub right here, IAN77 is gonna be our first confirmed world finalist in 2025. And while recording this, by the way, I'm also live streaming. If you guys want to see any other matches, like for example Mohamed Light, any other pro players, you guys can rewatch the stream. I've been live already for like 4 hours. So many people watching, so many people supporting, so big shout out to you guys as well watching right now. And we had some crazy close matches, some upsets, like for example Mohamed Light losing kind of early in the loser bracket. I feel like overall this monthly final has been crazy and really fun. And so far IAN77 is, I would say, looking pretty good. He actually managed to beat Vitor75 to advance to the grand final by sweeping him. So I think Ian is very confident and locked in for sure. Okay, matchup wise, I would say that Ian is looking pretty good. I wonder what his last card is gonna be. Oh, it's Inferno Dragon. Okay, so last card is Inferno Dragon Evolution, and besides that he already showed his entire deck. Same exact thing for Sub. And by the way, I do want to apologize if I make a few mistakes here and there. Like commentary wise, I've been already live and commentating, streaming for 4 hours, so I am a little bit tired right now. Okay, double balloon actually from Ian. This is looking very crazy for him, but so far Sub is actually doing a great job at distracting everything, taking care of the balloons without taking too much damage. And the Mighty Miner got a pretty good amount of chip damage on Ian's left side tower. So if Sub is able to keep it up like this, he might be able to secure the victory here. Miner from Ian is gonna get a little bit of chip damage. Sub decides to go in for Hawk Rider. Ian only just now gets the King Tower activated, which is kind of late in the match, because I feel like he might have been able to get it done before Firecracker is gonna get a little bit of more chip damage on the left side tower. And this is actually looking pretty good for Sub, even though I feel like one good balloon push, one good interaction for Ian might be able to win the match. And what a nice King Tower activation, guys. If you watch my videos, you might have sometimes seen me do this King Tower activation as well. Against the monk with the lock, you can actually activate the King Tower by reflecting it onto your own King Tower. So that's a great play by Sub right there. And he's actually playing this super well, even though he only has a Firecracker as a air hitting unit. Hawk Rider gets a hit, goes in for another Hawk Rider. Firecracker gets a hit as well. Hawk Rider is not gonna get a connection, but this is looking very good for Sub. And Ian calls a good game, guys. So Ian might actually be losing game number 1 right here. He does go in for a balloon, he does go in for a miner. Mighty Miner to try and predict it. Miner is gonna hit the tower. Is not really gonna get a lot going though, unless this balloon somehow makes it. But Sub has just been doing such a great job at preventing the balloon from connecting to the tower. Def damage is gonna get a bit of damage, but still overall Sub is doing a great job at cycling, taking advantage of the quick cycle. He has the Hawk Rider here, might be able to break through. Hawk Rider is not gonna get a connection, but still super close match. Firecracker got a bit of chip damage. Hawk Rider this time I think is gonna get a connection, and Sub is actually gonna take game number 1. It's the best of 5. Let's see what happens next. Okay, by the way guys, just to give you guys a quick information, I think since IAN77 came from the upper bracket, Sub would have to win twice, like this best of 5 and another best of 5 to be able to win the golden ticket, and Ian just needs to beat him once since Sub came from the lower bracket. So as you guys can see, they're just locked in, preparing their decks. Let's see what both players are gonna play for game number 2. Okay guys, hopping into game number 2. IAN77 did unfortunately lose game number 1. I feel like everyone is kind of rooting for Ian. Sub is a great player though, definitely an underdog. But I think everyone, or most of the people watching right now, are kind of rooting for Ian actually to win. Okay, so IAN77 on top of the screen once again with looking like a drill deck, if I would have to take a guess. And Sub is using the pretty typical Mortar Miner deck with Skeleton King, arrows. Exactly, there's the arrows. I think he has a Miner in there as well. And then some people use Goblin Demolisher, some people use Skeleton Dragons. I guess we will have to wait a little bit to find out. And Ian's last cards are probably gonna be Goblin Drill and the Poison. So, interesting matchup here. He does have Triple Spell. I believe he has a Poison in there as well. So, yeah, Poison, Barbell, and Snowball is kind of nice against a deck like Sub. Because, of course, this way you can take care of the bats, you can take care of the Goblin Gang, of a potential Skeleton King ability. And the Mighty Miner ability is actually also quite nice. Nice Snowball from Ian. I'm not sure if that was a prediction or he was just very quick with the Snowball, but he manages to take care of the bats very quickly. And also, most importantly, cycling towards that Evil Snowball, because Evil Snowball plus Goblin Joe combination is a very strong combo. We've seen it a lot in the monthly finals. Many pro players have been using this type of deck, and also with a great success. So, let's see what Sub's last card is gonna be. I think it's gonna be Skeleton King, so actually no Demolisher, no Skeledrags. He decided to use the OG version with the Cannon card. In my opinion, Cannon card isn't that great right now after the rework they did. But I guess he still likes it with the Cannon card. Okay, so Cannon card being cycled in the back into the Mighty Miner from Ian. Both players are pretty much equal on damage. The bad thing for Sub is that since he's using the Cannoneer Tower, he already starts the game with a little bit less HP. He does end up going with the arrows right there, Skeletons to try and cycle. Evil Snowball offensively, and this combo is just great, but he's actually ready for it though. Really quick Goblin Gang. Ian is not gonna get too much damage out of it. Dart Golem Poison is gonna get quite some value. Another Dart Golem being cycled. Evil Mortar towards the left side. Tesla's actually hitting the Cannon card. Wait a second, guys. This is looking very scary because look at the elixir. IAN77 doesn't have much elixir right now. He's gonna have to somehow defend this Evil Mortar still. Barbell is gonna try and damage it. Does he have a Snowball to damage the Mortar and the Goblins? He does have a Snowball. Mortar, I think, is locked onto the tower right now, and that's gonna be quite some damage with the Mortar connecting and the Goblin getting a double connection as well. IAN77 is still alive, but Sub has actually been playing insanely well today. He just beats Vitor as well. He's beaten many pro players in the monthly finals, and it would be a big upset if Ian actually ends up losing against Sub. As I mentioned before, since Sub came from the lower bracket, he does have to beat Ian twice. Like, Ian actually has this best of 5 and another best of 5, but I feel like everyone is rooting for Ian, and Ian is definitely kind of the favorite to win, in my opinion at least. Okay, Snowball being cycled, trying to cycle back to the Evil Snowball. Dark One in the back as well. He's probably gonna try and go in sometime soon, especially since the Skeleton King is out of cycle with a Poison. Exactly, when Skeleton King is out of cycle, Goblin Joe plus Poison is actually a great combination, a great attack to do, because Skeleton King really is the only great answer Sub has against the Goblin Joe plus Poison combo. Dark Goblin on the right side going crazy, such a lot of damage on the right side. Let's see if Ian is gonna get some damage here on the left side lane. Great Evil Snowball, Skeleton King is gonna be back in cycle, but IAN77 so far has actually been dominating the match, besides that one moment with the Evil Mortar, which I was like, okay, wait a second, this is looking scary. I think he's been playing this super well so far. Okay, Mortar on the right side, is he gonna go Tesla? Looks like he does. Cannon card prediction for the Tesla though. I feel like Ian is being a little bit predictable with the Teslas, but so far it doesn't really matter. Dart Goblin is gonna go down to the Mortar, and let's see if he's gonna be able to get some damage with the Goblin Duel. But Skeleton King, once the Skeleton King is in cycle, it's just so hard for the Goblin Duel to get any damage. Once again, Mortar is gonna try and take care of it with a Tesla, but he's always ready for the Tesla. He's always dropping either Cannon card, Bats, Spear Goblins, whatever. And once again, looking very scary for Ian. I don't think he will be able to defend this, guys. He's doing an okay job at defending, but he's still taking a lot of damage. Damage-wise, he's losing right now. There's one Spear Goblin connecting to the tower. Miner does get predicted. Arrows missed the Dart Goblin. Wait a second, because he actually missed the Dart Goblin. Evil Snowball goes offensively. Goblin is connecting to the tower. He has a Poison here as well. Sub doesn't have a big spell, guys. If he's able to cycle another spell, Dart Goblin gets a connection on the tower. And just like that, Ian is gonna win game number 2. What a crazy match. 1-1 in the best of 5. Ian starts celebrating. See you guys soon with game number 3. Game number 3 starting right now. IAN77 starting off right away with an Ice Spirit sub response with a Mother Witch. And I want to remind you guys that this is duels format. So people, these two guys cannot repeat any cards they used in previous matches. So for example, in the previous match, Ian used Poison. He's not going to be able to use the Poison at all in any of the upcoming matches. Okay, IAN77 seems to be using Hawk Rider, which I think Sub is going to be using. Probably going to be P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. I think so far when we've seen Mother Witch and Golden Knight, exactly, there's the P.E.K.K.A. Nice Ice Spirit here to block the Golden Knight dash. And let's see, guys. If this is Hawk Rider from Ian, I would say that the matchup is going to be interesting. Sub doesn't have arrows available anymore, so I think his spell is going to be Rage plus Lightning, which honestly isn't ideal against a Firecracker deck, because especially IAN77 knows how to play well against these type of deck with the Firecrackers. Look at that, guys. He already cycles double Firecracker. Firecracker's going crazy. Ghost is almost going to get a connection, but Ian actually decides to defend it with the Golden Knight. And I feel like Ian is going to be able to get so much value from the Firecrackers, especially if Sub is indeed going to have the Rage and the Lightning as spells. Okay, so Ian didn't show the actual Hawk Rider yet, but I believe last card should be Hawk Rider, Earthquake, and probably gonna be Cannon. And then Sub's last 3 cards I think should be Lightning, or last 2 cards should be Lightning and a Rage spell. So there's the Hawk Rider. Hawk Rider is gonna get 1 shot, is gonna get a second connection as well, even though the King Tower activated, even though he responded quickly. With the Golden Knight, Hawk Rider is still getting big damage right there. Goblins to try and defend the Golden Knight. He's actually not popping his ability, which is interesting, because if he would have popped his ability instantly, I think he would have maybe still had to drop some Elix against the Golden Knight. He's actually gonna let it be and focus on this big P.E.K.K.A. push. Okay, is Sub gonna Lightning? Is Sub gonna try and take care of the Firecracker? He's actually gonna go with a Mother Witch here. I think, yeah, I was about to say, I think if he activates the Golden Knight dash, he's actually gonna dash on top of the Mother Witch, and he is able to do so. Okay, Ice Spirit on defense, another Firecracker here as well. Goblins is being cycled by Ian. And man, if there's someone who knows how to play with Hawk Cycle, it has to be IAN77. Ian is just insane with Hawk Cycle. Hawk Rider once again getting another connection, getting more and more damage. So far he's been playing perfectly. Golden Knight trying to make sure that the E-Wiz is not going to get any connection, any damage. And so far, yeah, perfect defense. He is down a little bit on Elixir. He does need to be careful. Golden Knight is going to pop his dash. I think he expected it to dash on top of the Firecracker. And in this case, the Firecracker is just once again gonna get so much value. Even Ice Spirit jumping here as well. Golden Knight up high, maybe gonna even pop his dash. There you go, he's gonna dash to kill the Mother Witch. And Ian, at this point, is just not even taking any tower damage at all. I think the only tower damage he took so far has been from the... has been the Rage. And the Hawk Rider is getting connection. Firecracker is getting connection. Sub knows he's not happy about this at all. Ian is gonna secure an easy and nice victory with his one trick, putting himself in a 2-1 situation. All Ian needs is one more victory to qualify to the World Finals. Okay guys, hopping into game number 4. Ian just beat him in a very dominant way. He's leading 2-1 right now, so IAN77 needs to win one more game in this best of 5 to be able to win the golden ticket. And once again, if you guys didn't understand it before, the golden ticket is basically a direct pass, a free way to the World Finals. So if Ian wins this match, he's gonna be the first player in this year to qualify for the World Finals. And let's see what both players are using. So they cannot repeat any of the cards they used before. Looks like Ian this time is gonna be using the Mother Witch, Ghost. Not sure what this deck could be. I feel like this might be like some Recruits type of deck. From Ian, no, he has a Lumberjack. Okay, I guess no Recruits from him. Interesting to see what his other 3 remaining cards are gonna be. And Sub is looking like a, I would say, Drill type of deck. Probably gonna be Goblin Jill, right? He does have an Electro Spirit in there. Yeah, I think this might be like Goblin Jill from Sub. I guess. I'm not sure, to be honest. Okay, so both players are playing this pretty passively so far. Nothing really crazy happened. And, oh no, I think this might actually be Expo. Wait, this is actually gonna be Expo, I think. Does he have arrows? I think Ian already used the arrows, right? Yeah, he calls good game. He knows that he will not be able to do much. He's actually sending a cry emote as well. Guys, we might be going into a game number 5. And I must say that that is gonna be insane. Because duo game number 5 means that there's like, I think, 32 cards none of these players can play. Like, they already played 4 matches. And all of those cards from the 4 decks they played cannot be repeated in game number 5. So there's gonna be like so little spells, there's gonna be like some crazy decks from both of these players. And I remind you guys that Sub, if he does end up beating this best of 5, he's gonna have to win another one. So Sub still has a big challenge to go. He does go with a Goblin Curse plus Rage Spell. Interesting. He's gonna get a little bit of damage. Ian might actually be able to win this still. He is down a lot of Elixir. But I feel like the Royal Giant is actually pretty good against the Expo. He is gonna take a really big Elixir disadvantage though. Like the Elixir disadvantage is gonna be crazy here. Triple Elixir Collector on the field already. Mother Witch does stay alive. Royal Giant at the bridge. Evil Snowball is gonna try and come in clutch here, but he has the Evil Archers available. Evil Archers, I feel like here are gonna do a great job. Mother Witch is gonna create some more Goblins there against the Archers. Snowball to defend everything. Ian, damage-wise, is doing really good. But look at the Elixir, guys. Sub is up so much Elixir. He does go for the Expo right here. Does Ian have his Royal Giant cycle? Doesn't seem like it. He only just now cycles the Royal Giant. No Elixir for Ian. Evil Archer on the left side is gonna get so much damage, guys. He needs to go with a last-second Lumberjack, but look at the Elixir disadvantage. He just took so much damage. And Sub, I believe, is gonna win game number 4 right here. Unless something crazy happens, but I don't really see what Ian could do to potentially win this. Unless he gets like a great Royal Giant push, but Sub is doing a great job at pressuring. He's actually defending the Expo really good as well. He is gonna get a Goblin Curse plus Rage Down, but Expo is gonna get a lock. He could tank this Expo. Like the right side tower was still the tower with a lot of HP. But I think overall, it's gonna be very hard for Ian to make a comeback right here. Yeah, both towers are very low. Sub knows that Ian cannot do anything about the Elixir Collector, so he's actually gonna go in for another Elixir Collector right here. Royal Giant in the back from Ian is interesting. Electro Spirit is gonna get blocked by the Fisherman, and I wonder if he can still do something, guys. He's gonna have to... No, he missed. He missed the Goblin Curse, he missed the Rage Spell on top of the Evil Archers. That is pretty much gonna be game over. Unless he can maybe get a Royal Giant hit here, but no, Royal Giant is not gonna get a connection. Sub knows he's just gonna play fully defense right here. With the Expo, with the Barbell, getting the Mother Witch. It's over, guys. I mean, there's still 45 seconds left, but I don't really see how Ian could break through. Sub even goes with another Expo offensively. Ian is pretty much without Elixir right now. He does have 6 Elixir to try and kind of stall the match, but yeah, look at the overall situation. Sub is pressuring left, right, Evil Archers in the middle here as well. Barbell to the right side, Evil Snowball prediction in the middle, but Ian cannot do anything, guys. Pretty much both towers are gonna go down at the same time, and I can't believe we're gonna watch a game number 5 in the duel format. Like, what decks are they even gonna play? What spells do they have open? Let's see what they are gonna cook. Okay, guys, game number 5, final match. IAN77 needs to win right here to qualify to the World Finals, and if Sub wins, they're actually gonna have a complete bracket reset, or how do you say that, best of 5 reset. And play another best of 5, so this is gonna be crazy. And Ian is actually using Mortar Skeleton King. I think he's gonna have Mortar Skeleton King, probably has a Fireball in there. And then Sub still had Poison open, Sub still had the Goblin Joe open. I think Sub is probably gonna be using a Goblin Joe Poison deck right here. With a Delivery, okay, interesting. So Skelly Barrel from Ian because he already used the Miner before, I believe. And then Sub has a Valkyrie. Probably last 2 cards are gonna be Goblin Joe Evolution and Poison, I guess. I wonder why he is not using the Dark Goblin Evolution. I feel like Dark Goblin Evolution is actually a great card to be using. Skeleton King ability is gonna get popped. He's gonna be forced to use the guards defensively, and so far this matchup I would say is looking pretty okay for Ian. Skeleton King even gets a splash damage right there, hitting the guard and also hitting the tower. And this is gonna be interesting. I wonder what spell Ian is running. He still had the Lightning open, he still had the Fireball open. He could honestly be using either of them. Nice Phoenix there. Mortar is locked and Ian is already sitting up, guys. He's already like looking at the camera. I think he knows. Look, he's just looking at the camera. What, Ian? Please don't get too confident though. Like, there still could be a potential way of losing this match. But look at this, guys. He's sitting up, looking at the camera. He decided, okay, let me lock in. Let me lay down again. Let me make sure to win this match. And then afterwards celebrate, Ian. Like, actually lock in though. Goblin Barrel. Oh, it's gonna be Evo Barrel. I was already like, why is he not using the Evo Dart Goblin, but he actually had the evil barrel. Because in my mind, it was gonna be the... nice, what a nice block once again. Making sure that Dart Goblin is not gonna walk up. What spell does he have? Does he have Lightning? Man, Lightning would be huge right there to kill the Valkyrie. Still a great situation. What spell are you running, Ian? It's Fireball. Okay, it's Fireball from Ian. Skelebrel is gonna take care of the delivery. Mortar is still alive. Skeleton King is gonna apply even more pressure. This is looking great for Ian, guys. He's actually playing this super well. Is delivery back in cycle? I don't think so. Yeah, no delivery. Dart Goblin is gonna get a lot of value. Goblin had to try and take care of the Skelebrel, but IAN77 so far getting a great job done. With the mortars, with the pressure cards, he's able to get a lot of damage. Mortar once again getting a nice hit on top of the Dart Goblin. This is looking very good for Ian. Also the fact that Sub doesn't have any spell besides the delivery makes it so much better for Ian, because this way he cannot like rocket cycle, he cannot get like direct tower damage at all besides like the Goblin barrel. So this is looking very good for Ian, guys. Unless, yeah, he makes like a big mistake defensively, or Sub makes like a crazy play, but I don't really see how Sub will be able to make a comeback right here. Mortar's also doing a great job so far for Ian, taking care of those Dart Goblins, getting a lot of value. He's gonna go once again with a Skeleton Barrel offensively. Sub needs to sacrifice his Goblin Hut right here. Evil Mortar defensively, and I actually like this play, guys, because, I mean, if you are Ian, you know that if you don't take too much unnecessary damage, you're gonna win this match, because realistically, looking at Sub's deck, as I said before, he doesn't have any direct damage, he doesn't have a spell, he cannot really take care of the tower by, yeah, rocket cycling, he doesn't have any way of dealing direct damage besides the Goblin Barrel. So if Ian doesn't make a big mistake and he mistimes like his deliveries or takes a lot of damage with the Dart Goblins, he should be fine. He's gonna take a double connection there. Fireball to try and take care of the Goblin Hut. Dart Goblin stays alive. Wait a second, this is actually getting kind of scary. Does he have delivery? Okay, nice delivery value on the left side. Valkyrie is gonna get some damage. Right side tower took a lot of damage though. He has the evil barrel available right now. 30 seconds left, guys. This is actually getting close. Please, Ian, do not choke this. Okay, let's see what happens, guys. 27 seconds left in the match. Ian goes for a mortar defensively. Skeleton Barrel to keep all the pressure. I don't think there's Goblin Hut in cycle right now. He's forced to go with a delivery once again defensively. Valkyrie, Dart Goblin. Is he able to defend this? That is the real question. Delivery is on time. And I think he got it, guys. Ian knows. Ian is already sitting up right now. 6 seconds left. I think Ian is gonna be our first player qualified to the World Finals. Oh my god, guys. IAN77 has done it. IAN77 is our first monthly final winner. He knows. He's so happy. He just lays down again. Look at him, guys. Man, I'm actually so happy for Ian. And he's flexing. No way. He wins the 0 monthly final. And he starts flexing. Let's go. Congratulations to Ian. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to smack the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe. And I hope to see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.